Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. Before we start, just a quick note. This episode features a synthetic narrator and AI-generated visuals for storytelling purposes. Today we're diving into something a lot of us have experienced, maybe more than we'd like to admit, and that's dating someone who's emotionally unavailable. If you've ever felt frustrated, confused, or even a little hurt by a partner who seems just not there, this video is for you. We're going to talk about 5 signs he's emotionally unavailable, why it matters, and what you can do about it, all in a gentle, no-judgment kind of way. So, take a deep breath, settle in, and let's have this conversation together. Sign number 1. He avoids deep conversations. You know those moments when you want to talk about feelings, dreams, or even fears, and he just shuts down? Or maybe he changes the topic or brushes it off with a joke. That's a classic sign. It's not that he doesn't care at all. Sometimes he might genuinely like you. But emotional availability isn't just about being present physically. It's about being willing to show vulnerability, even when it's uncomfortable. Here's the tricky part. Emotionally unavailable people often give just enough to keep things going. A good morning text here, a fun date there. But when it comes to the deeper stuff, the conversations that really build intimacy, they pull away. And here's the important reminder, that's not your fault. You're not asking too much. You're not too sensitive. You're just wanting the kind of emotional connection that's basic to a healthy relationship. Sign number 2. He keeps you at a distance. Another big sign is distance, and not just physical distance. I'm talking about emotional and mental distance. Maybe he's always busy, or not ready for a relationship, or you notice he's hesitant to introduce you to friends or family, or maybe he avoids talking about the future. Emotionally unavailable people often keep the walls high even if they like you. They're comfortable with casual interactions, but uncomfortable when intimacy deepens. It can feel confusing because they may still want affection, attention, or companionship, but they won't meet you halfway emotionally. And again, it's not about you. It's about his capacity, or lack of readiness, to handle a real emotional connection. Sign number 3. He's inconsistent. Consistency is a huge indicator of emotional availability. If he's hot and cold, sometimes warm, sometimes distant, that's a red flag. Think about it. One day he's texting you all day, making plans, talking about his feelings. The next, he's radio silent for days, vague or unavailable. This inconsistency isn't just frustrating, it can leave you constantly second-guessing yourself. And over time, it chips away at your confidence and emotional energy. Now here's the tricky thing about inconsistency. Emotionally unavailable people often don't realize the impact of their actions. They're not intentionally hurting you. They're just acting in line with their avoidance patterns. So your feelings are valid. Feeling hurt or confused is normal. It's your heart trying to make sense of a situation that isn't stable. Sign number 4. He avoids commitment. This one might seem obvious, but it's worth calling out because it can show up in subtle ways. Maybe he says things like, "I'm not ready for a relationship. Let's just see where this goes. I don't want to rush things." Sometimes people use excuses to avoid deeper commitment because they're scared of intimacy, vulnerability, or emotional responsibility. Emotionally unavailable people may enjoy the perks of a relationship, companionship, sex, attention, but avoid the work and emotional investment that makes a partnership grow. And I want you to hear this clearly. If you're looking for someone who can show up fully, that pattern is a serious mismatch. It's not about fixing him. It's about recognizing the truth of the dynamic so you can protect your heart. Sign number 5. He's emotionally detached during conflict. Finally, one of the clearest signs, how he behaves when conflict arises. A healthy partner can navigate disagreements without shutting down. They can talk through issues, apologize, or acknowledge your feelings. But an emotionally unavailable person often withdraws, avoids, or shuts down entirely when the going gets tough. Maybe he leaves the conversation, deflects blame, or even says things like, "You're overreacting," or "Why are we even talking about this?" This isn't just frustrating. It can be painful and confusing because you're left carrying the emotional load alone. Here's the key takeaway. Emotional unavailability is about pattern, not perfection. Everyone has moments of withdrawal or stress. But if avoidance is consistent, it's a clear sign that he may not be ready or willing to meet your emotional needs. So now that we've gone through the 5 signs, avoiding deep conversations, keeping you at a distance, being inconsistent, avoiding commitment, and detaching during conflict, what do you do with this information? First, remember, this is about awareness, not blame. Recognizing these patterns helps you make conscious choices about your relationship, your heart, and your energy. Second, set boundaries. You don't have to stay in a dynamic that drains you or leaves you feeling unseen. Emotional unavailability isn't something you can fix, it's something you can protect yourself from. And third, practice self-compassion. It's normal to feel disappointed, frustrated, or even sad. These feelings aren't wrong. They're a natural response to unmet emotional needs. Now, if you're thinking, "But I really like him and I don't want to give up," I hear you. That's hard. Attachment is powerful, and feelings don't always switch off just because someone isn't emotionally available. Here's a gentle reminder. You deserve someone who shows up consistently, shares vulnerability, and meets you halfway emotionally. You deserve a partner who can handle love fully, not just when it's convenient. So while it's okay to feel love and care for him, it's also okay to protect your heart. Let's bring this all together. Recognizing emotional unavailability isn't about judging him. It's about honoring your own emotional needs. It's about learning to spot patterns, set boundaries, and prioritize yourself, your healing, your joy, your growth. You're allowed to feel hurt, you're allowed to feel confused, but you're also allowed to choose your own peace over inconsistency, detachment, and emotional scarcity. If this video has helped you feel seen, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Not because it helps me, but because it helps others who might be quietly hurting and searching for guidance. Remember, emotional unavailability is a reflection of his capacity, not your worth. You are deserving of love, attention, and someone willing to meet you fully. Take a deep breath, exhale slowly, and know that one day, the love you seek and deserve will show up. And in the meantime, your heart is stronger, wiser, and learning to protect itself. You've done something really important today by tuning in, paying attention, and reflecting on your needs. That's growth, that's self-respect, that's love for yourself. So go gently, be kind to your heart, and remember, you're not alone. You're becoming stronger, and you're learning to love in a way that honors your own emotional truth. Until next time, take care of yourself, one breath, one step, one breakthrough at a time.